to the bold analysis. For better part of 2024, there has been a dominant rumor about cabinet exit, or rather a fallout between Attorney General and the members of the executive. When Justin Muturi went to Parliament and confided to parliamentarians that his office is no longer being consulted when some critical decisions that have some legal implications on behalf of government are being made. Before we look at those details, are you someone who needs and wants to buy land? I know the issues of buying land are normally very technical because you need to outweigh all the options on table. There is a 50 by 100 piece of land sitting in Imani Estate around Ruiru, and this is a prime land for investment. It is a personal land being sold by the owner with the ready title deed. Just to get more details about this, I just want you to contact straight. You can contact Patrick. His number is 0724 61 4714. 0724 61 4714. You are going to buy this land from the owner, 50 by 100 piece of land in Ruiru around this Imani Estate. It is actually close to the road, ideal for investment and also your own settlement. So contact Patrick so that you can get details of that. And we took it a bit lightly. And so for better part of that 2024, the dominant rumor has been that William Ruto is looking for Attorney General's successor who is under pressure to exit the office. And that even then was coupled by what was seen as a working relationship between Raila and Ruto, which I still believe is not existing. But a decision, something happened today, and a statement that has come from Justin Muturi, I want us to look at that because from it, it's a clear testament, it's a clear evidence of the bad, or rather the ending relationship between William Ruto and Justin Muturi. It started last year when an amendment was taken to Parliament to ensure that the public seal, which has been the office of the Attorney General for the last 2 decades, is taken to the office of the President, that staff working in the office of the Attorney General, like promoting lawyers to senior counsel, that responsibility not be given to that office and be taken to public service, and the staff and appointment of Solicitor General. So there have been quite a lot of talking points between Attorney General Muturi and William Ruto. Now, I want you to listen keenly to what is in this statement from Attorney General. After the High Court termed housing levy unconstitutional, they offered oral stay orders before the written stay orders were actually done. And then that decision was appealed at the Court of Appeal. So after it was appealed at the Court of Appeal, the government was told to go back and rectify. And that was the kind of edits and the massage that was conducted was done that document, and that document subjected to a new parliamentary process to make it into a law. And now, the Parliament, the High Court has also directed that the bill has to be passed in both 2 houses, both the National Assembly and the Senate, because it also impacts the counties. Remember, the counties are the owners of the land. So it passed, it was bulldozed through the National Assembly, and it's supposed to be presented in Senate. But as that was going on, KRA wrote to Attorney General asking Attorney General what is the government position on this matter. Then in a letter that has been given, because it is written, Court of Appeal application number blah blah, National Assembly and Speaker of the National Assembly versus Okiya Omtatah, Koiti, National Revenue, and 57 others. He actually referred to that court order that was given last year in November by Justice Majanja. And he's saying, it is noted in reference is made to the above subject matter and to your letter under the reference number that, dated 6th February 2024, seeking guidance on the government's position on collection of housing levy. KRA was asking Attorney General's on government position. Then, it is noted that the housing levy was introduced by Section 84 of the Finance Act. However, upon determination of the High Court in Constitutional and Land Rights Petition, by Justice Majanja, Meoli Camp Mugambi, the High Court in the same matter granted an oral application to stay the orders. Upon the determination of the filing of the formal application to stay conservatory upon orders in the Court of Appeal, that now, and January 26, 2024, dismissed the application and declined to grant stay of execution or conservatory orders in relation to the impunged Section 84 of the Finance Act. The upshot of this is that there is no legal basis on which the housing levy is provided in Article in Section 84 of the Finance Act and can't be implemented. Therefore, our considered opinion is that as of the date of delivery of the ruling of Court of Appeal, saying he is going back to confirm what the Court of Appeal said, that the finance housing levy is null and void. I know, and I want us to be very objective here so that we separate the politics from the legal question. On legal question, you need to be very meticulous. I know for sure the process of sanitizing that housing levy for it to fit within the confines of the law is going on. But as that happened, in the last month, the teachers' housing levy was deducted from teachers' salaries. Housing levy was deducted from other payslips, civil servants' payslips. And it was never stopped, and even some people complained. There's been a question of, why are we being deducted? Why is the levy being deducted while it has not yet been approved? If the process was restarted again, why is it that money was deducted? And the Attorney General is telling the KRA that there is no legal basis that housing levy is unconstitutional. There is no legal basis for you to collect that money on behalf of government. In short, awaiting that process, Attorney General's office is saying, wait. And that comes as a bit of an upfront because salaries were deducted from civil servants even though the document was not still valid. Now, there is some few pointers why the statement from Attorney General is going to rattle William Ruto and Kenya Kwanza mandarins. I want to explain for you, but if you just want to know things are not really as good as we may want to show, Wetangula, the Speaker's office, is the office that appealed that High Court decision. Remember, some of the parties in that decision was National Assembly, Attorney General, Okiya Omtatah, and other civil servants and other civil society organizations. So instead of Attorney General's office appealing the High Court decision, that Court of Appeal decision, on behalf of government, who appealed? The Speaker of the National Assembly. So that points out to the disconnect or the fact that even the legal minds sitting in Attorney General's office are not trusted, or they insist that that housing levy is unconstitutional. And there is something that this points out clearly. in communication, there are official government communications, including WhatsApp. By the way, WhatsApp is official communication. Both even the court, you're allowed. There is email. Why do you think a letter from Attorney General's office written to the KRA is leaking in public? Who has leaked it? If it is KRA, why do you think KRA has leaked it? Because the letter has come from Attorney General's office. Why do you think that letter has gone to public? Because if there is something that President Ruto and the Kenya Kwanza team have been trying to control, is the public perception, the public disdain on this issue of housing levy. Now, and just a mere understanding going to public that Attorney General's office do not approve of that housing levy is something that is not going to sit well with President Ruto. And that is why I'm telling you that the fact that this letter is leaked is very intentional, because it actually shows that, you know, it's only some people with bit of knowledge that will consume, will read the letter and say, okay, this is what is going on. Attorney General's office have made that decision in relation to the High Court order, which is fine. But again, depending on how it will be reported, it might sound different. Now, the contempt of court charges on civil servants. The truth of the matter, and there is something that then William Ruto must see from this letter, that all those people in government who are actually paying this housing levy, not that they are so comfortable with it. And maybe it has not come from even both the two offices. Maybe it has come from, if the truth is, ikitoka kwa Attorney General, inafaa iende kwa KRA. So, maybe it has not even come from KRA. Maybe someone from a ministry level or from another department has just gotten wind of this and decided to make it public. Because it's showing Kenyans that even Attorney Generals, I want to tell you, what is the understanding that even Attorney General do not approve of housing levy as advisory of the government, because what they would have done, they would have said, they would not have said it's unconstitutional, because you could see a lot of twists and spins by the Kimani Chungwa team that have been trying to spin that they didn't say it's unconstitutional, they just say it has to be edited and this has to be edited and put there. So there is that clear understanding on the fact that civil servants are uncomfortable that pesa yao inakatwa while there is a court order in effect to the same. Number 3, the jobs messaging is trashed as a political gimmick. I want to tell you what William Ruto would have expected is that Attorney General's office would have played to the political gimmick on the jobs. In many instances, when William Ruto is coming out in public to speak about housing levy, I remember during the cabinet retreat, that was in the cabinet retreat in Naivasha, he said categorically that those who are opposed to the bill are just talking about housing levy, and they don't just like it because they are not the ones implementing it, but the people that know about the need for the houses and to create jobs should not think about the levy. So one thing I understand is the tone of this letter has remained within the legal lines. What the president think tank would expect is that at the footer of that letter, someone would have added something on the public interest of the project and creating jobs and house ownership. We would urge that the company, or rather the public, show goodwill and continue sending the money, collecting the money. But that is not the position. And that is why I'm telling you there is more than what catches the eye. Number 4, this development doesn't just come from the moon. As we talk now, there have been a political gimmick, and this has been within these corridors, that the Attorney General's office were showing discontent. They were a bit uncomfortable by the move to trim some of the powers and privileges on the office of the Attorney General. And GB Muturi has been asking, allow me appoint my own staff, allow me appoint the Solicitor General, and those have been going on. So clearly there is a very big line of discontent between the offices. And ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow there is something going to happen. The Law Society of Kenya, the lawyers are going to elect 2 people. One is the president of the LSK, and number 2 is male and female representative of LSK in JSC. There have been a bit of that message coming out in public, that there are forces within these circles that want attorney generals to be pushed out of JSC. And for sure I know very well, if there is a man that was actually touted as a Johnny come late, a man who was the last comer in Kenya Kwanza, was actually Justin Muturi. Because Justin Muturi was for long, actually his politics, if you read his political career, was shaped by former President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And most of us who really do political analysis and do personal profiles of politicians, there is one politician that will always be shocked how he even made such a decision to cross over to come to Kenya Kwanza. Uhuru Kenyatta believed that if there were people that were willing to go to retirement with him, then he was expecting to go with Justin Muturi, but that didn't then happen. And so, remember having worked as a speaker, yes, he was accommodated, but he could not be given any other position apart from ministry or attorney general. That is his level, by the way. You cannot take him as a head of a parastatal. If you take him as a head of a parastatal, then it has to take some time kidogo, profile yake ishuke. And I don't even think he can go back to vie as a member of parliament. Not even as maybe a senator. But as a member of parliament, it's difficult. Or rather go as a governor. And so I believe very well that this is a clear point of crossing line and create discomfort between Justin Muturi and William Ruto. And I will then approve. I will not be shocked to see if he actually faces a cabinet exit in the next reshuffle. We actually, there was reported over a reshuffle. I don't know that Attorney General can also be reshuffled. Someone may need to tell us. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my take. Let's meet in the next. Hi guys, so I'm so happy finally the February project is done. I know most of us have been talking about this. We did know it will come to fruition, but I'm in Mama Lucy and I've managed to get 13 out. Yes, I was planning for 7, but who knows, God has another way of doing his own things. That we managed to our to 13, and apart from that, we've also done some food stuff because you know these guys hawa mambo wamekuwa hospitali for long na hawajakuwa wakifanya kazi. So what we decided is whatever has remained, we do some food stuff for them. And I'm just so happy that they are going home, wanted to reunite with the rest of their family. Some have been here for long, so I just want to say thank you on behalf of Bold Charity Network, my family, myself, and everyone. In whatever way you've come through this, nasema santeni sana. These women are out. Now I'll just give 2 or 3 chances. Waseme tu kitu moja. Can just say thank you. Tanza na huyu.
Tumeshukuru. Okay, my name is Oduor. Tumeshukuru kwa kuja kututoa huku. Tumekaa huku for long na the bill was too much yenye hatungeweza kuafford. But Bold Charity Network imekuja ikatutoa na tunasema ni asante.
Naitwa Teresia Wanjiru ama Mama Favor. Na nataka kuambia asante kwa sababu bili ilikuwa mob, singeweza kulipa, but kwa ajili ya Mungu ati ni mimi natoka. Asante, God bless you all.
Aya, huyu nani mwingine anaweza ongea? Wewe sio? Sema kitu kama tu asante.
Mimi nitakushukuru ni kusema asante kwa Mungu. Tumekuwa huku for a long time. Kama mimi nilidischangiwa ndio 15. Nikang'ang'ana, nikapata, nikalipa, nikaambiwa nirudi kwa ward. Sai I'm very happy. Niko out, nitaenda sasa kuungana na familia yangu. Asanteni sana.
Mimi naitwa Lydia Chelimo. Bili yangu ilitoka date 16 but singe manage kulipa, but God ameniwezesha, nimetoka huku, ndatoka leo. Nimeshukuru sana na nimefurahi.
Yeah, so guys, that was it. I had to give you this confirmation that finally to me manage, and may God meet you in the hour of need. I spent 2 days here listening to their stories, and their stories are a testament of how we need to come for the society. For all those who participated in this Bold Charity Network, this was our CSR for the month of February. Akimbarikiwe. We will do this next time. Asanteni sana, more happy than them. Asanteni. Sawa?